Welcome to Puro Pinche Sports. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and tonight we are on a rare Wednesday night. Usually, you see myself and the sports mailman down there on the People's Debate, but tonight, due to scheduling conflicts, issues, whatever's going on in the world right now in San Antonio, we are on Pudo's Peach Sports tonight. Guys, I am your host, Jose Garza. Along with me tonight is the Professor Alex Cruz. And joining us tonight is the sports mailman of the People's Debate podcast. He is Joe Casillas. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Just another day in paradise at the post office. We like to say, man. Getting closer to that infamous Christmas day that we all love at the post office, and can't wait for it to get here because I hate this season for us.
At least you get paid for that holiday pay. I do not yet, but it's all right. We get to get
Oh,
that day off. We get to enjoy some basketball if you're just gonna be watching basketball that day. Some football if you're gonna be watching football. Maybe you have family. Maybe you'll be spending time with them. Or in
Stranger
the evening,
Things.
you'll be ready for Stranger Things Volume 2. I know Alex is not ready for it because he doesn't give a damn about Stranger Things. Ain't that right, Alex?
Yeah, I don't watch that shit.
You see what I'm talking about? What a dirty hoe. Dirty ass hoe. Gotta respect it. Anywho, guys, football's been heating up. A lot of great things been going on. A lot of sad things going on too. Some things not going. Some things tearing down during the Christmas season, and it's just sad to see, especially right now as we're getting closer to the playoffs. But let's kick things off with something that we normally do with the People's Debate. It is our boy, the sports mailman, with the news. He's going to tell us some news that happened with the sports leagues around the world right now. And Joe, go ahead, my man, take it away.
Man, I don't know what was in the air this past week, man, but it was ACL injury Sunday this past week, man. Unfortunately, two of the top players on both sides of the ball got hurt this past week. All world league quarterback, Golden Boy, Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL this past week against the San Diego. I was about to say San Diego Chargers, man. That's how much I think that they're still there. The Los Angeles Chargers, man. And in that process, Kansas City Chiefs, man, will not be seeing the postseason this year as they lost yet again. They'll be missing the postseason, man, for the first time in who knows how many years, man. It's crazy to think Pat
11.
Mahomes, yeah, 11 plus years, man, over a decade plus, and can they retool and get back on it in about a year and a half or about a year or so whenever Pat finally does come back? How does this team look whenever he does come back?
Yeah, man, it's sad to watch, right? We see the downfall of Mahomes. We're seeing a lot of things going on. Alex, come on now. You tore your ACL, MCL, PCL, LCL, all the good stuff earlier this year. What are you doing with that? What are you doing? What are you trying to say, Alex?
Everybody made fun of me about that, and look what happens.
Oh, good lord. Oh,
Their
good.
husband,
Oh
their,
no.
their husband's
your
all hurt now.
your husband.
As I said, their
Hey,
husband, not his husband.
yikes. That is horrible. Our boy Cody's in the comments. He says, I could possibly join up in like 10 minutes. Hey, yo, let's do it, brother. I will send you the link right now. Guys, man, I mean, what a horrible season, right? Six
Yeah.
and eight for them, for the Chiefs. The three-time AFC back-to-back AFC champs, Alex, and gone. Not even making the playoffs. Not even seeing the postseason. It should be the easiest year for all the other AFC teams that are top contenders to make the Super Bowl. Let's see if that's actually true. Alex, what are your thoughts, brother?
Well, I mean, I kind of figured I picked the Broncos to win the division, and I had Kansas City right behind them, but I still had Kansas City making the playoffs. I didn't expect for them to have a season like this. Uh, I mean, it's not like the play calling has been different from the years. I think it's the same play calling. I
Yeah.
just don't think they have the players to. Their team is just not good enough, basically, because
Yeah.
this is basically the same team. Besides not Joe Tooney not being there from last year, but like from that, your offensive lineman not being there, it shouldn't make a difference of your tight end being like still not catching the ball. Even though he's still, if you look at his numbers, still having a pretty good season. I mean, he's having a decent season, but still, like nothing's in sync between the whole team. The running game's
Yeah.
bad. No receivers are catching the balls. Patrick Mahomes making ill-advised throws, and it was just really bad all around.
Yeah, man. Joe, I don't know about you, man, but not a fan of seeing great talent go down. I saw the same shit
Nah,
for Tom Brady, 17 years ago now.
yeah,
He went down and his team still went good because he went down week one.
yeah. That's right.
Patrick Mahomes was downhill already 6-8 before his ACL tear. So I know a lot of people are gonna make that comparison about, oh my god, year nine. They both went down year nine. It's like it's not the same, bro. Not the same.
Yeah.
One team was good, one team was
It-
ass.
It's just I look at it like this with Kansas City. I feel like they were dominant for so many years, and everybody was trying to catch up, and now everybody's caught up, and now they need to retool and get back on track. But can they though? Because Andy Reid's another year older. How long is he still going to be coaching? Travis Kelsey, he's on the verge of possibly retiring. How's this team going to look like next season? Are they like? I'm not saying Andy Reid's going to retire at this very given second, but if he were to retire in the offseason, I wouldn't be surprised if Travis Kelsey retires as well. Would
Yep.
not be surprised. So I would want to see how this team's going to look in the future, how who's going to be that next driving force, because even with Patrick Mahomes still going to be there, how is he going to look after a gruesome injury? This injury is not a cakewalk. That even though a lot of these guys come back and get back on the same track, like you don't know how their bodies are going to come back from, because I don't think Mahomes has ever really been out for this period amount of time.
No, he hasn't. And at the same time, too, you're not just talking about them. You're talking about the dead cap too.
Yeah,
Their cap space is shit. They're like second worst or the worst cap space for next year, under
look at
50
it.
mil or something like that. So they're not in a position right now to be like, oh shoot, we're gonna be doing good and all that shit. Like they're in shit. They're in trouble. So um, I don't. Alex, we talked about it. Chargers next year they'll have Slater, they'll have Alt back, they'll be in better position offensively. So they're getting by some wins right now, but they're going to be a better team next year than they are right now. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it's gonna be an uphill to climb for for the Kansas City Chiefs because all the other, I mean, everybody besides the Raiders in that division's pretty good.
No, I get that for sure. But no, man. Joe, well, what else, man? Other than KC,
So
what's going on?
another gruesome injury, man. This one I felt was even much worse because it was a non-contact injury. All-world pass rusher Micah Parsons of the Green Bay Packers went down against the Denver Broncos this past week in a non-contact injury, and I want to emphasize that non-contact. He was running, trying to chase down Bo Nix, man, and he shifted a little too hard one way, man, and that knee went the other way, and ACL. When I was watching this game live, man, when I saw that, I was like, "Oh man, it's an ACL injury." Regardless of how I feel about him being with the Cowboys, I don't ever want to see somebody go down. Especially he was that driving force for that defense, which was making them a Super Bowl contender. Now, where do you see now Green Bay now without Michael Parsons on that defense? Now, can they still make a playoff run, or do you think now that you got to throw that aspiration out the window now?
It it's not even just a playoff run. I know Alex might agree or disagree. Like without now, you've given up Kenny Clark, and now you've lost the guy you traded for, Micah Parsons. It makes the job a lot harder to not just to pick the playoffs. It makes it harder because the goal was Super Bowl. That's always going to be their goal as far as when you acquire a guy like Micah Parsons. You're right. Now they're probably going to be on the outside looking in because what are they 9-4 and
Nine,
one
four,
right
and
now?
one.
9-4
Yeah,
and one, and you got a team like Detroit. Like thankfully you already swept them, so but they're trying to crawl up and get into the playoff situation too. Cowboys have a 1% chance now, but that's more of a division thing. That wasn't really a wild card thing. So it's just gonna be a rough time because they get the Bears this week. It is a shorter week. It's 6 days, not 7 days. They get them on Saturday night. And
yeah.
what else do they got on the schedule? They have
Look at it.
They got the
who-
Vikings.
there's the Vikings and there's an AFC team. Was it? It
Yeah, let me
wasn't
look at it.
Buffalo. It wasn't Buffalo. It was somebody. Baltimore. They had Baltimore. They have Baltimore. So if it's Vikings, Baltimore, and Bears rest of the way, they can possibly lose some because we know that. I mean, me and Alex have said it. Jordan Love's not the guy. You get them to turn over at least one time, maybe two times, and that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Chicago, Baltimore, and Minnesota. Which Saturday's game against the Bears, 7 o'clock, slate prime time, and then the following week they play Baltimore on Peacock. So that's another prime time game. So it's going to be back to back prime time games for Jordan Love. Now he's thrusted into being like the leader now once again. Can he weather that storm now? Because Michael Parsons was helping out that team where he didn't have to do as much as as he was looked at the previous year, because you get an all-world pass rusher to kind of alleviate everything on both sides of the ball. Now
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how they look now.
Alex, what do you think, man?
Um, could you hear the heater, the water heater, or no? Not yet. I can't hear you. What's that?
Oh, a little bit, not too bad.
Uh, oh well. I mean, they were still Super Bowl contenders before the Parsons trade, because of the success they've had the past couple of years, and them being so young.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, having not having Parsons there is going to be rough because, like you said, they did give up Kenny Clark, and Kenny Clark was already the guy that got pressure inside, and then they were able to alleviate that because they got Parsons. Now Parsons is gone. It's that defense is still good. I still feel like they're in a good spot, but not having that guy that could be a third and five, you could rely on him to get a stop, get a sack, or at least get a quarterback to throw off their back foot. Now it's kind of like you have to do it as a unit, as a defensive line, like all four of them. So it's going to be tough. I still feel like they could still make the playoffs. Um, I don't believe in Jordan Love still, but I do believe in Josh Jacobs. If they get him rolling, they could be I mean, they could be a dangerous team. Josh Jacobs, you've seen it before. Like if Green Bay runs the ball, uh, you don't you don't try to do as much with Jordan Love and eliminate the mistakes. That could be a really good team. So I don't know. It just depends where it falls. This game Saturday uh, is going to tell a lot how it's going to be looking forward for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. I mean, just losing out on just in general a top guy like Micah Parsons, he affects so much. Like I get it, not every game he collected a sack, right? Some people were saying, "Oh, he's not being that impressive with Green Bay," but you
the
don't
pressures,
understand the,
man.
the pressures, the game planning around him. That's the key scenario. So that's a huge loss for them. Can they still make the playoffs? Sure. Is it going to be
And
a lot tougher road? Yes.
yeah, I think if they win one more game, they just can't lose the rest of their games. I think if they win one game, I think they can squeak in. If they win two, for sure they're in. It's just going to be interesting now, because morale probably might be a little bit down. Your best player gets hurt in a big time game against Denver. And that's always sad to see. Like a game which was going back and forth. I'm like, if he stays in this game, doesn't get hurt, Green Bay probably ends up winning that game, but we don't know.
No, I mean momentum side it wasn't feeling like all of them. They started out hot. Even our boy Trey, Trey prayers up. By the way, he had surgery today, so hopefully he's all doing good in health right now. Um, yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like the first half was Green Bay, second half was all Denver. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know
Yeah.
for the rest of y'all,
Yeah, but
but
that's 2 weeks in a row already
what do you
for
mean,
Green
like
Bay.
for Green Bay letting it up on
No,
the
like
the other team?
Yeah,
yeah, like
and
Chicago. Yeah.
like they start off impressive, and it could be because the scripted plays at first and then adjustments. And to me, I'm like, man, is Matt LaFleur like adjusting as he goes through the game because it's already been 2 weeks and um, the team has not adjusted well in the second half. So
Could it be more that just the fact that they're playing against other offensive minded head coaches and those guys are preparing better for the second half
yeah, yeah,
versus
and
Yeah.
that's why I said like I trust Sean Payton in the playoffs because he's been there, done that, and he could adjust. And Ben Johnson, you can't. I mean, he's just starting off his coaching career. So um, to me, I think LaFleur has been outcoached the past 2 weeks. Uh, we'll see how this week goes. Um, you know, it's like I said, we're gonna be able to tell what Green Bay really is after Saturday.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, but moving on, man. Another guy who got hurt this past week, and it's going to be really interesting to see where their Super Bowl hopes go. Devontae Adams, man, was playing in this game this past week, running a simple route by himself, man, and you just see him on his giddy up, and then all of a sudden you could see that hamstring got pulled, and I know he's had hamstring issues in the past, man. And let me ask you all this: should he play the remainder of this regular season, or should they kind of sit him and try to hope he can come back into the playoffs?
I'm saving for the playoffs because you late in the season, you don't want to risk it more. You bring him back now, you lose him for the next 2 months. Especially tomorrow. Tomorrow's when the Rams play again, and we're definitely not going to bring it. I know he's already
Well,
stated for doubtful, but no, I would not play him for the rest of the season.
which is crazy that they haven't ruled him out yet completely. Like just say he's out because they're still saying there's some hope. And right now, I was reading, they haven't even took off to Seattle yet. They're saying that there's some things going on with the plane right now, so they haven't even took off yet.
Yeah,
So that's not always a good thing if you haven't even got to your destination for your game tomorrow night.
yeah. No, I mean I wouldn't play him. Hamstring is not a joke,
No,
especially for an older player. I know he's only 32, younger
yeah,
than me, but
but
still,
yeah,
like it's not something, especially on a travel. Nah, man, there's just no reason for it. Just let him recover. Take the time. What's the following schedule for them? Let me take a look. Because I just wouldn't. It just doesn't make sense.
yeah. Let me look it
They
up.
are they already secured a playoff spot. Like they're already locked in for that. I think they're the first team to lock in.
So
So
Seattle, Atlanta, Arizona. Which
yeah, you don't need them
Seattle?
for those. You don't need them for
Yeah,
those two.
The only thing would be if the teams behind you keep on winning and you are the Rams, you would rather play indoors than rather playing in
On
yeah.
the
Green
road.
Bay, in Chicago, or in Detroit. Oh, Detroit, it's indoors, but like you know what I mean, like a colder city because uh, their 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 offense is Stafford and the passing game for sure. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? And whenever you do play outdoors and it's cold, typically those numbers don't look the same. I mean, yeah, I would say for sure, like you sit them down, but is it going to affect the team where it could cost them being the second seed? Because I guarantee they're not going to want to go to Green Bay or Chicago in the playoff game because that's for sure going to handicap
Well,
their
they're
offense.
they're 11-3 right now. Let me see. So they
So
if they
so I would. This is how I would do it. If we're gonna, I would obviously tomorrow sit them out. You're not gonna don't play them 4 days afterwards. If you're gonna play them again, because you might have to play serious.
like the last week probably.
Play them against the Cardinals because right now the Niners are 4-1 division. You're 3-1. If you can squeak out a win tomorrow, you're 4-1 as well. So
Still 12-3.
that means week 18 when Niners play Seahawks, when the Rams play the Cardinals, all divisions up in the air for two teams at least.
Yeah,
So you don't want so at least in that situation, play if you have to play on week 18, play on week 18. Don't play on 16, don't play on 17. Don't be stupid because if you lose him now, like, if you play him too soon next week with Atlanta, and especially with that pass rush, I know it's an indoor game, you're losing him for the whole playoffs.
yeah,
So the thing is too, like if they get the number one seed without playing him, typically it's I think it's like it'll be like 4 weeks with him rested.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it'll be
you'll get a full
three,
month.
four,
Yeah,
5 weeks. Yeah. If he
like
does, if he does,
Yeah, by the time you play him again in the divisional round, yeah.
yeah,
Which why not? Why don't you get a healthy Devontae Adams back?
yeah. Because if they win tomorrow, they'll be 12-3, and then if they lose the remainder to Chicago, would have to like win the rest of their games and be what 12-4 or
Well, that
yeah,
they will the Rams would need to Chicago be their best friends and beat San Francisco in Week 17.
mhm.
yeah.
That would lock up the NFC West for the Rams for sure. If they can get the job done tomorrow against Seattle, because we know Seattle's defense is good, but let's see what kind of Sam Darnold we get this week.
Yeah.
That's the big question. But
Yeah, but moving on, man. Old man Philip Rivers almost gave us a gem, man. I don't know how he almost pulled it off, man. That would have been some lifetime
how?
Hallmark, like lifetime Hallmark movie moment if it wasn't for Seattle's kicker, man. And Shane Steichen has came out and said that he's going to continue to start, which is crazy, man. Watching that game, man, I was like, you could tell he has not played in about 4 years. I'm like, you can see that zip on that ball is not as what it used to be. And I was surprised Seattle did not put it on them. I was expecting a blowout completely, especially in Seattle. And just kudos to Philip Rivers, man. Like it made me almost want to start tearing up a little bit. This his post game comments and stuff, talking about like, man, hopefully my team, the team that he coaches, his son's high school team, sees that and knows not to be afraid and like continue to face things head on. I was like, man, like I wish I was in high school and I wish I was playing high school for him, man. I was like, man, like what a moment right there.
Um, good for him, man. Wait, I mean, Indy fought for him. I can tell that for sure. That they went out there and said, you know what, man, if this old man can come out of retirement and fucking want to ball out for us, so we got to ball out for him. And they kept it close the whole way. It just became a kicker's battle. The fact that Seattle didn't get one offensive touchdown is a little ridiculous in my opinion. But
Yeah, and at
I mean,
home.
yeah, and at home. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I guess now you just have to focus up on the Rams. But yeah, man, I know he only threw for 120 yards. He didn't throw much. I know he got one pick, one touchdown. But fuck it, man. Phillip Rivers showed that you don't have to be the guy. You just have to be a comparable guy to be there, right? Like we're seeing right now, Aaron Rodgers, needs to be that sometimes too, because against good teams, he tries to take over and he's not good enough no more and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So no, I mean this was fine. The team fought for him. It wasn't pretty. It was ugly. It was dirty. It is what it is. Colts don't have an easy path, and I still don't think they make the playoffs, even with Phillip Rivers. But hey, man, good for him. Smart man. He knew his free insurance was up after this year, so he needs to go in there and restart that shit for another 5 years. He got 10
Yeah.
kids, man. Free insurance for everybody.
Bro, that's crazy. Like it's still crazy to me thinking that he's a grandpa. His oldest kid is older than Riley Leonard, his backup. It's wild.
He's older than Tyler Warren too.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Now, but moving on, man. The Miami Dolphins made a move today, and they're benching their quarterback Tua Tagovailoa for seventh round rookie Quinn Ewers. Man, I was kind of surprised about this move as a whole in general. Hopefully Quinn can do some things and maybe become the starter next season. And let's see what where this happens. The saga between the Dolphins and Tua. Where do you think this is Tua's next landing spot could possibly be now?
But that's the thing. Is he done with Miami? Is Miami done with him? Cover
No.
your mouth, you cochino. Can they afford to get rid of him because he has a 99 million dead cap? If you cut him, and realistically, who wants to trade for him? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Like there would have to be some kind of special head coach out there that's like, guys, my GM, whoever you are, I believe in Tua. If you bring
yeah,
him to me, I can do it. Like who is gonna believe enough to trade for him? And is Miami gonna be ballsy enough to put themselves in a $99 million dead cap?
yeah. It's they're between a rock and a hard place with this, and I was just surprised that they benched him. It's not like their backup was any better. Like they didn't even want to start Zach Wilson. They're like, you know what? Let's give Quinn a shot for these last 3 games and see what he has. Past couple years, some of these later round guys, show some promise. Brock Purdy. Hopefully they have some magic in that because they were looking okay until this past week against Pittsburgh. This past couple weeks, I think they were like on a 4 game winning streak, if I'm not mistaken.
But you know what was in common in that 4 game win streak? He only threw it for like a max of 23 times.
Yeah. And this past month, if
Average.
I'm not mistaken, he only threw 3 touchdowns and threw 3 picks, and he's leading the league now in interceptions.
So I mean, I'm not too like I'm not like thinking it's too crazy because think about it this way: if Tua would have kept on playing and he would have got hurt, what would the media would have said? It'd be like, why is he playing? You're not longer in the playoff run. There's no reason for him to play. I
Mhm.
like the move because first, like I said, there's no reason for him to play. The playoff is
Yeah.
out of reach. Quinn Ewers, shout out because he played for the organization that my little son's in right now. Uh, I'm happy for him. You got to see what he has. Um, there's like I said, there's no need for Tua to play. Um, Quentin Ewers is the name, I guess, buzzing around Miami because he did play in Texas, and
Yeah.
he was just last year I think playing like in one of the biggest games in college football. So let's see what you got with him. If
Yeah.
he doesn't play well, I mean, you still got Tua. He's gonna come back next year. I don't think benching him was a shot of Miami saying, "Look, we're no longer believing in him." No, it's saying, "Look,
Oh, I do think that.
I don't think so because the season's over. Like, there's
I
no
think
reason for him to
the
play."
season was over like 2 3 weeks ago, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
not.
now, but now officially eliminated.
Yeah.
but think about it this way though: like, how would the fans react if you would have benched them when knowing that you still have mathematically you still had a chance?
And you
So
are a
I,
2 game win streak at the time.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like, I don't think it's them like saying like, oh, we're gonna get rid of him. I mean, it's a smart decision though for them because just in case he gets hurt and you do want to move off of him, who's gonna for sure nobody's gonna want to get him if he gets hurt one more time.
No.
So I think it's a smart move for Miami.
I mean, if you got a good O line, then ain't nobody want to trade for him. I'm gonna tell you right now. You need a freaking O line to protect him, and that's goal.
Yeah.
But
I'm
nah,
like,
man, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, hopefully Quinn does good, man. Because just
Yeah,
2 years ago, if he would have came out a little earlier, he would have been a first round draft pick. He came back his senior season, wanting to win a national championship. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and a lot of people turned on him in the process, and he ended up falling all the way to the seventh round. So think about that, because some of these guys that come back to school their senior year because they want to do stuff a la what I was just saying a minute ago, Brock Purdy. If Brock Purdy would have came out the year they were telling him to come out, he would have been a first round draft pick. Then he comes back his senior season, falls all the way to Mr. Irrelevant. Quinn Ewers, it almost happened to him too, where he didn't even almost get drafted, man. I was kind of surprised. Like everybody was talking about Shador falling to the fifth round. I was more surprised about Quinn falling to the seventh round, man.
so
I
was
was
I.
like, I was so he has the talent, man. A lot of people need to remember he was the number one rated player in like history. I think he's one of the top three like players to come out of high school all time. So when you think about that in general, he has the skills. It's just you go play at Texas. It takes a lot to go play as the quarterback at the University of Texas. Whenever you get there,
It's
originally he was at Ohio State, but it's just now him in the starting lineup when he was there. Man, he brought Texas back, brought him back to Province. Uh, so now can he do something in Miami? You have some missed weapons there. You got Devon A. Chain, you got Jalen Waddle, you have uh Waller. So you have some weapons around you. He's a little bit more mobile in the pocket compared to what Tua was, and he does have a better arm. So it's going to be interesting to see where he looks. He's a young rookie quarterback, but hopefully now this is the second time he's going to get to play. He played in Cleveland earlier in the season, but it was in garbage mop up duty. So now he's going to be able to practice with the ones, get a full on game plan. So hopefully he does good. Hopefully McDaniel's draws up good game plans for him and like eases him into this upcoming week.
I do think it's the end of Tua in Miami because it's like, yes, I understand the injury problem. That could be just a trade piece
Yeah,
situation, but I think he's just done in Miami because, like, how do you go on and say I'm going to bench you as a head coach, right? Because Mike McDaniel, I think he saved his job. I don't care what anyone like. I think at the end
yeah,
of the day, he did save his job, even if it's just for one more year. But it's like, how do you bench a guy that's just in his first year of his new contract? Um, and how are you gonna go back to him and be like, yeah, we believe in you, brother. Like, don't worry about what happened. It was just we got eliminated, no reason. Like, how do you make that excuse? Then Tyreek Hill's out here posting and saying, "Peace
like
out, brother. Peace out." I'm done. Like he's happy Tua's gone. He doesn't want to win the building. Now that might also mean he doesn't want to be in Miami either. But just in general, like just the fact that your own teammates don't want you, and it could be because of all the stuff that was happening before the season, during the season, about how Tua was criticizing Tyreek and how Tyreek felt about the locker room and shit, whatever, and how Tua talked about it, the locker room in the press conferences. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking there's just no way you can go back to Tua next year. Like
Yeah, I don't think so.
even if Quinn Ewers fails in the next 3 weeks that he doesn't do enough to impress, or in the off season, whatever during camp and stuff like that, there's just no way I see them going back to Tua at this rate because where are we at right now? Year 6 for Tua. He was drafted in 2020.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, Brian Flores wanted Justin Herbert, didn't get his way. The boss wanted Tua. Okay, so you got Tua, didn't work out with Brian Flores. Then you get Mike McDaniel. It worked out for a couple of years.
yeah,
Then the concussions built up too much. Now you can't really play around him. His arm strength got worse and worse as the years gone by. So I don't know, man. I think we're just at the point where Tua's done with Miami's done with Tua. And I don't know what that means. Who's going to trade for that contract? That's going to be the big thing. Who's going
yeah.
to trade for the contract? And if you don't, is Miami willing to bite the bullet?
Yeah, 99 million man dead cap. That's because what was Russ's like 70 something, if
It
I'm
was
not
like
mistaken?
79. It was
79.
79.
So I'm like 20 million more. And
Yeah.
good thing that Denver lucked into Bo Nix, because I remember a lot of people at the time were like, "No, what are we doing taking Bo Nix?" I'm like, hopefully in the first round, because I think they have a first round draft pick. Hopefully they didn't trade it away for somebody we don't know about.
They would, if the season ended today, they would be the 11th pick right now. They didn't trade it away. They'd be the
Yeah,
11th pick.
so right now I'm like, because this quarterback draft class isn't that good. I'm like, Lenore Sellers is coming back. Mendoza, he looks okay. And then Dante Moore, there's two guys possibly, and then they're talking about the other guy from Alabama. And I would not draft any three of these guys to try to lead my franchise. I'm like, if Quinn shows a little spark, ride with him and next year as well, and then try to ride it out and see what you got, and in the following year look at that quarterback draft class, because that one is going to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the all bit of news, man. It was just more of injury this past week, and just sadness, in my opinion, for some of these guys going down. When they were possibly looking at Super Bowl runs, in Micah and Devontae. So let's see where those teams go, and then of course Pat Mahomes. He was doing all he could in Kansas City, and it just wasn't enough, and then he broke down.
Yeah. So let's break down a few games from week 15 overall. So we can get out the way now because I know it could be a big topic or whatnot. Probably the best game of the 12 o'clock slate. Bills at Patriots. We can get out the way right now. Bills went on a 0-21 start. The Patriots started really hot, 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half, and then all of a sudden, after ending the half 24-7, the Bills went on a monster run. They took long drives the rest of the way,
20.
4 straight drives, 4 straight touchdowns. If you get one thing about the Patriots, they're good defense when it's outside the red zone. If you're able to get into the red zone, automatic touchdown. That's that's our biggest weakness for the Patriots this season. But Josh Allen went beast mode again in the second half, like he's had against Cincinnati, against Baltimore.
James Cook.
And James Cook had 100-yard rushing. That was the first game
Three,
that the
not
Patriots.
one, not two, not three.
The fuck? It was the first game the Patriots allowed 100-yard rushing out of anybody. So, big win for the Bills. Gets them a little step closer to the AFC East division. Guys, what are y'all's thoughts? Obviously, I celebrated too soon, and it bit me in the ass.
Yeah, I remember seeing that Michael Irvin BTA GIF that you sent to us, man. But they were just 30 minutes away, man, for division champions. And the way it was looking in the first half, man, it looked like Buffalo was dead in the water. And then that bad man, Josh Allen, put on the MVP cap and said, we ain't losing, bro. Him and James Cook started cooking with each other. And it was just crazy to see 28 unanswered points. And it just felt like an avalanche, even though Travion Henderson.
We did have a 7 in there. Thank you.
No. But it felt like an avalanche, because they were up as much as they were, and then they were still Travion Henderson, man. I don't know how it took him that long to start him and giving him the ball this season, because he should have been getting the ball way sooner, man. Because he's the X factor for y'all. With him in this lineup, I feel like y'all can go far. Just unfortunately, Josh Allen was better this past week. It's going to be interesting to see how this divisional race heats up down the stretch because I think Buffalo is 10-4 now. You're 11-3,
Yep.
so I think y'all just need to continue to win these games the next 3 weeks, and y'all win the division. If y'all have a little slip up, hopefully Buffalo slips up possibly too in the process because it's going to be a tight one down the stretch.
For us to lose the division, we just can't lose the two division matchups that upcoming with the Jets and the Dolphins,
Yeah,
which I don't think we will, respectfully, because we'd be 5-1, and the best that Buffalo can do, I think, is 4-2,
yeah.
because they've already got two losses in the division. We only have one, so I think it's still ours unless we lose to one of those teams. And I don't know how the tiebreaker works with that. So,
Let me look at Buffalo's last three.
but Alex, your thoughts, man? Obviously, you saw the game and you saw the change. You know how I upset I got up with one PI call, but only because the other PI call before that wasn't called. But go ahead, Alex. Cook.
Yeah, that's why football is a game of four quarters for sure. Uh, I was on X and I saw that Dave what's his name, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah,
Oh,
Portnoy.
Poirier. Oh,
Yeah,
Poirier.
yeah, he was already talking
Portnoy.
shit,
Yeah.
and I hate his ass. Like I fucking hate his takes. Like he's the dumbest dude I've ever met. Like I never met him, but like he's the dumbest dude I've like on like social media. But
Yeah,
anyways, like yeah, I was like, dude, this like you talking too soon. Just just wait. And yeah, it was like how Joe was saying like it's Joe was just like an avalanche. Like the bleeding wouldn't stop, and Vrabel just couldn't find an answer, and it just poured on him, and
No.
he looked frustrated. Like he was literally trying to throw everything at him at Josh Allen, and they just couldn't stop it. It's crazy because like people were saying like Patriots are one of the teams to beat in the AFC, and a lot of people, including myself, were like, well, what is like? What are the Bills like? Are we really gonna say they're contenders? I mean, they're up and down, and then they had a
yeah.
performance like that. And then at the beginning of the year, they had one against the Ravens where they were just like going back and forth, and man, I don't know. It's still like, what do you think about the Bills now, right?
Yeah, it's interesting, man, because one week they look like world beaters, and then the next week they're losing game. Like it just, I can't fully look at what the Bills are, in my opinion. Like, I think they're a really good team. Are they Super Bowl contenders? I feel like they're more pretenders. I just think you have that number 17 on your team, and he can change any outcome for a game for y'all. But down the stretch, how's this team gonna look? For the betterment of uh 2.5 ish quarters, New England was the better team, and then Buffalo just turned it on. So hopefully this doesn't kill the psyche for this young New England team. They're 11-3 for a reason. They've been playing really good. Hopefully this doesn't kill their momentum down the stretch.
Look, I knew we could lose that game. It wasn't like, oh, it's guaranteed we're going to win. I said it last week too. I said we could lose this game, but I was confident that we could also win this game too. I didn't think it was a coin
Yeah,
flip. Like it could be anything.
yeah,
Um, the thing is that what was very good strategically wise was that once Buffalo got the ball to start the second half, they made sure to keep time of possession on their side. They made sure to keep Drake May and the offense cold on the sidelines because that's how you're gonna beat them. And that's honestly how you beat a lot of good offenses, like really good offenses. You
keep them
keep
on the
them on the
field.
you keep them off the field and you keep your side, keep going, make the drive as long as possible could. And that's what they did. And that's what benefited them because by the time Drake got back on the field, the rest of the offense, they played slow. They played like it was cold. Like they didn't play like they were as motivated as they were in the first half. So it was smart. Buffalo did their job. Now, do I think Buffalo's the all-world beater now because they beat New England? No, we still got questions. They can't start this slow in the first half for the whole playoffs. That's just not going to be possible, right? Because right now, who are they playing? Who's the third seed right now, guys, in the AFC? Um, Jacksonville? Is it Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville
Jacksonville's
because
a
of
great run stop defense. Like So can you afford to start slow now, especially the last month where Trevor's finally playing really good? BTJ is finally finding chemistry with him. Jacoby Myers has been a blessing for that team as far as a
Yeah.
trade piece. ATN has had a really good season this year. Can you start slow with these teams? I don't think you can. Like not the whole postseason. I don't think you can do it affordably. And now, guess what? You beat the Patriots. The Patriots started their 10-game win streak with them and it ended with them. So now you beat them, and now you're going to be favorites again. Everyone's talking about Josh Allen being an MVP favorite, in the top 3 at least. All right, well now the pressure's on. You don't got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs as a crutch no more. You might not have Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. You don't have Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. None of those
Wide open.
None of those guys are there to stop you. So now you better win the AFC. Dead ass. You better win the AFC because you shouldn't be allowing second-year Bo Nix to do it, second-year Drake to do it, people who feeling like more of a bust, Trevor Lawrence to do it. You better not let those teams get over you. It better be your year now. Now the pressure's on you. Alex, what do you think? Because I know you've been a big Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes guy.
Well, yeah, I still feel like Josh Allen is one of probably the best QB in the NFL as far as talent wise. The only I get it. He has to win because the main guys are not there, right? And you got the young rooks climbing up. But the thing is, like, what a team to drag into the playoffs while the other guys are down and out, right? Because if you really look at the Bills, like, fuck, they're not. There's really nobody on that offense besides Cook that you're like he could beat somebody 1-on-1. And then also in the defense, they're
You're short-handed there too.
Yeah, they're banged up a little bit over there.
So like, I get it. He needs to win, but then I'm like, damn, it's gonna be kind of hard to bring that fucking team out of the mud.
It's like a LeBron 07 moment if he takes this team to the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
No, because LeBron wasn't MVP yet, was he? At the time, like Josh Allen's coming off an MVP year and stuff like that. I don't think LeBron won his MVP until like the following year, or at least in 2009. That was when he won his first MVP. Yeah, because
I'm just looking at the team in general. Like if you look at the team, like I know it's different sports, but I'm looking at like if he drags this team to the Super Bowl, it's almost like a performance like that too.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Alex, maybe more Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat. I feel like that was more accurate. Jimmy Butler with the Miami Heat from a few years ago. That feels more accurate because Jimmy was already established. You get what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
But no, I mean, look. Props to Buffalo. They did their job. There's nothing you can say. Look at the here. Let me show you this. This is a Patriots time possession for the second half.
It's crazy.
2 minutes 11 seconds. 2 minutes 19 seconds. 14 seconds. Now that was the 65-yard touchdown. 1 minute 40 seconds. 56 seconds. You kept them off the field. You did your job. That's how you can come back 21 down against a team like that. You keep them off the field. That was what? Less than 10 minutes combined with everything I just said? For the second half? Fuck. Yeah.
Does that make you feel some type of way about the Patriots now?
No. And the main reason I don't feel too much different for them. Like, here's the thing. In a way, after this performance and the last performance when they came off like a mini bye, I think I was after the Jets with the Thursday night football game, I noticed that they are a little sluggish coming back. So maybe I don't want them to have that first round bye. You get what I mean? That first place bye. Like, I want them to keep going because I feel like when their blood is flowing every week, that's when they're like better. Also, we didn't have Robert Spillane. We didn't have Milton Williams. Those guys are big in the rush game.
Oh, you didn't have Lord Voldemort.
We didn't have Lord Voldemort here. So
hey, wait. But I saw Spillane didn't play because I think it was it a coaching decision or he was just
he's hurt. Up? No, he's hurt.
He was banged up.
Yeah, he was already on the injury list for a minute. He's still in a walking boot right now. So he's not playing for a minute. So we'll see. And also, we don't have Will Campbell on the offense, which really didn't affect anything. I don't feel like they really like crushed. Milano was great. I thought maybe that's where we missed Campbell. Milano came in and fucking got a few hits on our guys on Drake May and such. So maybe that's where hurts a little bit. But no, man. I mean, overall, like we knew that this is the type of game we kind of need. We kind of need to smack in like face like really hard to prepare us. So guys, this is what you're gonna see in the postseason. You're not gonna get any light. You're not gonna get Cleveland. You're not gonna get Tennessee. You're gonna get this type of competition. So no, I'm fine with it. Got to remember too, Alex. I'm not thinking Super Bowl this year. I'm thinking we're ahead of schedule. So this is totally fine for me. But all right, guys. So other than that, let's so talk about. Let's see what are the games for Week 14 that y'all or Week 15? Sorry, y'all want to talk about before we move on to the next topic.
The Lions and the Rams shootout, man. It was much
Mm.
CTV. Puka Nakua was going crazy. Amon Ra was going crazy, man. That game was wild. Like 41-34. I was like, man, are they ever gonna stop scoring during this game? It was a pleasant sight to see this whole game. It was just what's gonna happen with the Lions. Now they're 8-6. They need to win out and get some help moving on. Was this the last gasp for the Lions for their playoff hopes, or is there like still some chance? And then the Rams, even without Devontae, they chugged along. They got the run game going with Kyron and Blake Corum. Can like with Devontae now out, should they lean towards that a little bit more now? Because you could see the juice between the two of them when they were getting their chances running the ball.
Yeah,
Bro, I told everybody Blake was gonna be a guy, man. He just need to get a shot. He's a stud. That two-headed monster. It's looking really good for them.
but he was facing the same situation, which is why Travion Henderson started slow. He wasn't pass blocking perfectly. He was taking a while to do the other adjustments. Not you can't just carry the ball. You got to help out on other things too when we need you for pass plays and stuff like that. So he's getting his shine now. Like I said last week, they're getting more of a Timu, Gibbs, and Monty situation, and they look better this past week. Gibbs and Monty didn't look that good this past week. I think they combined for like 70 yards and a touchdown. I know Monty in the second half had a touchdown, but nah, man. I mean, the Rams are looking great. This is why I'm not. This is why like you can sit out of Devontae because your team, your MVP level guy right now, can do this kind of stuff. Now Rams and Stafford have their first win over the Lions, since the trade. So this is good for them. Amon Ra tried to save my fantasy football season in one league and it didn't work out. It's fine. It's cool,
Bro,
whatever.
40. How many points did he score
41.
in that league?
41.
Yeah, I've seen somewhere it was like 45, 46. Man, like when I was looking at that as a whole, like if you had JMO and Amon Ra on the same team, man, that was like 70-ish points. It was just wild to see this game, the for fantasy terms,
Yeah,
by a
yeah.
sense.
No, but everyone was great. Puka 181 yards, no touchdowns, but fucking still a beast. And this shows you, bro.
Did
I mean, this is why like they should be NFC favorites over everyone else right now.
did you see what Puka said on a live stream the other day?
Now, what do you say?
So he was on a live stream,
Yeah, I saw
I
it.
think, and he was talking about the refs make some of the worst calls just so they can get on TV. Do you think that's going to hinder him now? Because the way he plays really hard. And when I look back at like whenever he's getting guarded, man, he gets guarded pretty hard, and they don't call a lot of PIs for him, which I'm seeing now. Do you think
Well,
that could
if
hint?
if you've noticed, I think it's frustration on his part because if you've noticed the last two seasons, to end the postseason for them is usually him being held on a
Yeah,
play and he can't catch the ball because he's being held out and the refs don't call it.
yeah,
So now I know that you can call ticky tack play or whatever stuff like that, but if it's an obvious, clear and obvious kind of hold, then you kind of just have to throw the flag. Like that's literally
yeah.
the shit that happened with the Super Bowl a few years ago when I forget which defender did it, but he held on
Oh,
to
Bradbury.
Juju. Yeah, he held on Juju in the Super Bowl, and he knew it was up. Like they threw it. He knew what he did. So
So
throw it. So throw it in this situation.
I got a question about that whole live stream stuff because we've been critical about players being on
Well, he
like
tried. He tried to take that dude Neon and some other guy. I think
yeah, I saw
Aiden
that
Ross.
today.
He tried to take him in the locker room, and
Yeah.
McVay
Shut it down.
shut it down. He was like, "No, you
But
ain't."
but the thing is though, he's been trying to. I mean, he's been on the streams for like I think half the year already, and right now I understand they're winning, right? So that's why it's good. But like a guy like Parsons, right? He was doing that in Dallas. I know they weren't winning. It's a different situation. But if they end up losing, uh, like in the first round or
They'll turn
whatnot,
on him.
yeah, like it's going to happen because even right now, like I see the comments on the live stream. They're like they like what are you doing, Puka? Like I think he literally talked about the Jags not being a serious team or being frauds or something like that. I'm like, why the hell would you say that? Like that's
I'm like,
crazy.
right now you can't talk about that. Right now you just got to
No,
focus on
and
your.
that's why I was like, what the fuck? Why would he say that? Because those two dudes are stupid. Like what they asked them too. They asked him like, so what teams we wouldn't be scared of? They're like, oh, I think one of those kids, the kid with the glasses, told him like, which was
Oh,
more
neon, neon.
fraudulent. And he's like, oh, that I would have to say the Jags.
Oh, he's hanging out with those idiots.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. Like we've been so critical about other people of just doing their podcast. This guy's on
yeah.
live stream.
Because I didn't even know like who it was at first. Then I went and did some digging, and I'm like, all right, who's he trying to live stream with? Because I was thinking maybe he's just trying to live stream with himself, and then I'm like, oh, Aiden Ross and Neon, like, mm,
oh my God,
and and and
that's who
and
he's
they've
hanging out
been
with. Fuck,
and
that's
they've been
stupid.
really cool with each other for like for a pretty long time now, and I guess it's like Puka really wanted to bring him in there and like you know shout
McVay
out
was like,
like
hell no.
yeah, maybe he's like now we got an important game like literally
Yeah, I'm
tomorrow
like,
like this week.
you don't want like live stream like unless it's off season maybe, but you don't know what they have on the walls. You don't know if there's like schemes stuff like that. You would not want that. Like
Well,
these people.
just in general, you don't want clowns fucking coming into interrupting your fucking rhythm, your chemistry. Like those two guys are known as stupid ass clowns who just like to fucking do dumb shit to get
What if it
more
was speed?
spotlight.
What do you think if it was speed? You
No,
think
it's
it would
just
be
in
all right?
general. I'm not taking no
Oh,
streamers, bro. I'm not, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter. It could be Kai Cenat, it could be Speed, it could be Kevin Hart. It don't matter who the fuck it is. Like,
yeah,
I'm not trying to fuck up good rhythm. Like,
yeah.
dude, that is juju dumb shit. That
Well,
is
that's why I'm glad. Like some coach, like McVay, I feel like he's one of the most respected coaches in the league right now. But most other coaches, they would have just let them do whatever they wanted and have them running in the in the locker room, and they would probably would have ended up on the stream with the coach. And I'm like, that's the one thing I hate now is like not the discipline in some of these guys because some of these guys, I talked about it I think last week on the show. I hate whenever like a team's getting blown out, bro, and they're talking like teammates are talking amongst each other and they're like giggling and laughing. I'm like,
fuck
bro, you're
that.
not. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
get
bro,
this.
you're getting your ass kicked and you're laughing and giggling. What is so funny that are you not paying attention to that game right there? Like no, that frustrates me.
Yeah, it frustrates the fuck out of me too. I don't like I don't know. And you know what's crazy is that like you typically see that if there's no like real establishment of as far as like culture within
Yeah,
the coach because like dude you could see it from like a little league fucking like you go watch a little league and you could tell like by the way the kids act on in the sideline like man they're losing by 30 and these kids are fucking laughing and or like fucking around and like on the
yeah,
bench like that just tells you like man they're not locked in what these coaches are saying, and
yeah.
it's crazy that you could tell from a little kid's pee wee football all the way up to the NFL game, like it's the same shit.
And that's why a lot of kids like they watch the game like, oh, well, I can laugh and giggle because George Pickens is laughing and giggling on the sideline, or these other guys are laughing and giggling on the sideline. So, or why do we need to be like that? If they made it to the NFL, they should like, oh, well, you're gonna make the NFL. I'm like, no, it's not like that. And it's just a lack of discipline all around. I feel like nowadays, because not a lot of the coaches can really be on these players compared to what back in the day. And that's just the society we live in now. And Sean McVay is one of the last ones I feel like that are coming up now. Hopefully, there's more that can establish themselves. But it's very hard now because like with the Cowboys, in instance, I feel like Shotty is a good coach, But I just feel
Yeah.
like that culture he hasn't built that yet, so it's kind of hard for him to get on these coaches. So it's just hard, seeing like this going around like stuff like that. I didn't think Puka is like that, and then see him on the stream, I was like,
It
the
was
hell are
Well,
you
crazy when
doing?
I saw that.
so you not to like it's gonna hit as much. If you don't know, he's Dana White's nephew. I don't know if anybody knew that.
Oh,
Puka.
Puka
oh, he
Nakua,
is.
Dana
Damn,
White's nephew.
I did not know
So
that.
if you see the crowd that Dana White keeps around him with like the Nelk boys, I think that's what they're called,
Yeah,
and
Fucking
shit like
idiot.
that. So it's just like, you know, it that's almost like a father figure for him. So like, come on, bro, like
damn, like that's crazy.
that's the shit that's gonna be hitting, right? So now when you say Aiden Ross and Neon, two dumb fucks like that, yeah, I'm not surprised because Dana White hangs out with the Nelk boys.
Bro, that just almost makes it like, I know he was drafted late, like I think fifth round, but now like him getting thrusted in the spotlight the way he was, like I'm not surprised now. I'm like,
I think
you
he
know,
sported. I think he spent like 40 or 50 G's on a case that he puts his game day cleats in. And they're like, and then I saw comments like, this guy's still in his first year contract and he's spending that much bread on just a little suitcase to hold his. I was like, bro, whatever, like the way, whatever he, like that's his money, but like, damn, you got to
yeah,
take some of that check.
don't get me wrong. Like the way he plays on the field, he plays like a damn madman, and
Yeah,
he's tough. Like, but now it's just like what Jose
just be
just said.
careful.
Him being Dana White's nephew. That's wild. Like I wonder if he's like through marriage or like through direct blood or like I wonder now like how much of an uncle Dana really is.
Look at here. Oh, it's not by family. He grew up with the kids, with Dana's kids. Like they played
Oh,
football. They played football together and stuff like that. So
I think Dana's,
he became a father figure to him. So that's why he calls him Uncle Dana. Okay.
I
mm,
think Dana's son played at Bishop Gorman in Nevada.
They were on the little Cowboys team together.
Yeah.
Dana White
yeah.
the third and Puka. So yeah, I guess he just has long standing relationship with him. So that's Uncle Dana for him. And so hey, if that's his father figure, then so be it, bro. People know about Dana. Hey, Puka, just do us a favor. Don't smack a girl on New Year's. Thanks.
Like Dana.
But Dana smacked his girl. If you remember, like a few years ago. Yeah.
So
So
let me ask y'all this: if y'all watched Sunday night like I did, wasn't too happy
nope.
with the outcome. Well, when you look back at the highlights and stuff, where do you see, was it so much of JJ playing against that horrendous defense, or do you think JJ was putting up some proper, athletic prowess, and you could see a little bit of the improvement, or do you think it was just
Alex, how lazy that Dallas defense looked that day? As lazy as fucking Pittsburgh Pickens. Like, come on, bro. Like that. They didn't give a fuck to play that day, bro. I don't know. They gave JJ and the rest of the Vikings an easy day.
and it wasn't even Jay Jetta's tearing us up, man. It was like
No, they
it
just
was
didn't do anything
Naylor.
again. Yeah.
Naylor was over there, caught two touchdowns. So I was like, what's going on over
Yeah,
here? But
that secondary for Dallas is pretty horrific. I mean, it's pretty bad. As far as JJ, I think he needs all the live reps he could get, and I think the best live reps he could get was against Dallas. I know he looked pretty good. It's just that like he needs
yeah,
more reps. That's before
Yeah.
we even like then like he looked good. Okay, he still needs a lot more.
yeah,
He's still I still don't. I'm not gonna say he's a terrible quarterback yet. I mean, he's still a young quarterback. So
yeah.
um, there are some plays and there is some stuff that you see that gives me hope that like this guy's gonna be pretty good because when they do go under center and just that greedy touchdown, if you remember, it was in 12 personnel under center and a bootleg. That's
Mhm.
exactly what he did in Michigan. And
Yeah.
I said it a couple weeks ago. I'm like, bro, get this guy under center a little bit more and let him do a little bit more stuff that he's used to. I know his quarterback. I know his coach is like guru when it comes to getting the best out of quarterbacks. But you also got to remember those quarterbacks that he has helped out has already been in the NFL, and
Yeah.
they've already known like differences in seeing what coverages defense are in. JJ is still really young, so I just bring him in slowly. And like I said, there were some parts that I did like, and gives me hope of just continue to do that same stuff, and we'll see what you'll see what you get. But the thing is, like that defense is getting a little bit older, so we'll see. I don't know if Flores is going to come back. Honestly,
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I'm not saying this he's by any means Peyton Manning, but it reminded
yeah.
me big time of whenever Peyton Manning was under center with the Broncos that one year, and he faked out the whole damn team against the Cowboys, and he just walked in, and it was funny because, uh, he did the gritty on him, and that's Jay Jettis' move, and I guess they're becoming better friends. What they're saying in the broadcast, so hopefully they get that chemistry going because it's interesting because during this time frame, him and Jay Jettis have not really connected these past couple weeks, and luckily Jay Jettis isn't like so much of a diva from what we've seen so far. So hopefully that relationship continues to get better, doesn't sour because you don't want your star getting upset and then
But
wanting.
how long is just gonna allow that?
Yeah,
He like Alex. This is his numbers the last couple of games. 22 yards the last game. 11, 4, 48. Those are his last 4 games, bro. The fact that the last 3 don't even combine to match more than the one from the Packers game a month ago, that's crazy. Like how long? Like
yeah,
I know winning solves a lot of issues, but how long until Jettis is like AJ Brown? Like, come on, guys, I want to play too. Like are we gonna use me? What are we gonna do? Like, how long until Jettis is done with that shit?
Well, I don't think you're going to see it anytime soon, especially now because the team's already out of the playoffs. I think if Jay Jettis does come off as a team guy first, so I think the most important thing that he would probably want is to see his quarterback develop, especially this year. Like I don't think he's going to care if he gets his numbers. I think he really wants to see his quarterback develop in this last quarter of the year or season or whatever. Um, I don't think you'll hear anything from him if his quarterback continues to do this up until like I would say like the first quarter of the beginning of the year. Then you probably start hearing stuff and like because obviously it's the beginning of the year and you could start fresh, start new. Of course, Jay Jettis is going to be in every game plan every week,
yeah,
but he's gonna know like man, I'm going to be doubled. It honestly has to come out. It has to do a lot with Addison. Addison needs to um, get his targets up. The more that he's in the game plan where he gets catches and stuff, it helps out JJ because then you're gonna have to rotate coverage to Addison more, or or whatever. I don't think defenses will do that, but I mean, if you do that, then you take away 2 defenders and you help out your quarterback. So
Well, Jordan Addison next year's on a contract year, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
yeah,
So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm hoping for Jettis. Like at least in his last 3 games, he gets a little more targeted. Because it is a little frustrating, especially to be that talented and then not even really in the game. Like like AJ Brown's been vocal as fuck. The last
now
two
he's getting the
years.
ball.
Now he's getting the ball. Now they won a game, right? Against a bad team, right? But still, like eventually, I do think Jettis is gonna be like, yo, like if you're gonna be keeping those guys as our quarterback, I need to see the ball a little bit more too. Like it can't be just what was it? Uh, like he got 8 targets, but some of those were like throwaways as fuck. Like they didn't even like
Yeah.
were catchable and stuff like that. So it's like we'll see. But
But I feel like you do need to try to force feed him because some of these balls I was seeing Sunday night, like, all right, even though he was covered, I'm like, there's times where he's gonna end up making a play out of nothing. So I think you just kind of need to continue, especially these next 3 weeks. Just continue to build on that because next season, I feel like it's gonna be JJ McCarthy's make or break year. Even though it's crazy to say that, even though he missed his first season, this season he's been up and down.
all right. Sounds good, man. All right, guys. Alex, do you have any topics you want to talk about as far as the Bears beating the Browns as badly they did, or should we just move on to the next segment?
I mean, you can move into his next segment because it was crazy to think that people understand that they were saying it was a trap game, and people were saying like Shador Sanders probably looked better than Caleb this that game. I was just
All
impressed.
because he put up numbers in a loss against the Titans. Come on
Yeah,
now.
uh,
Yeah,
I,
Come
I
on,
I
Brew.
was I was honestly really impressed with Caleb, especially that knowing that he could spin the ball in that environment.
bro. Did you see them opening up sodas, bro? And those sodas were just freezing on impact. I was like, bro, I'm like, that was
It
crazy.
was it
Yep.
was a win that they had to get, but the way they looked was great. I mean, all
Yeah.
phases, special teams, defense, uh, and all the offense looked good. I mean, there's nothing really much to say. I mean, it's Green Bay now, so
Yeah. But all right, guys, moving on. Usually we have this known as the Average Joe's top five power rankings of the week. Uh, Joe, you're free to share your five. I'm gonna go ahead and share my 10. Alex, you're feel free to criticize whatever you want to do between that list, however you want, my brother. Um, well, guys, this is a segment we do with the people's debate. We're gonna keep it strong for them. I know we might not even be on next week, any of us, because it is Christmas weekend. So I'm I'm not gonna ask anybody to hop on if they can't, but I'll be on if I can. Some way
Monologue week.
somehow, right? Monologue week. But all right, Joe, do you got your five, brother?
I do have my five. So at number five, I have the Buffalo Bills. At number four, I have the Seattle Seahawks. At number three, I have the New England Patriots. At number two, I have the Denver Broncos. And at number one, I have the Los Angeles Rams.
All right. You beat me so fast with that shit. I was like not ready for any of it. So hold on.
are you
Actually, let
typing
me.
it up too? Because I can't. I don't know what he said.
You said Buffalo Bills. What was your four?
Seattle,
Seattle Patriots at three. And then,
Denver at two, and then the Rams at one.
okay. All right, so you didn't penalize the Patriots that badly, but you did bring up the Bills a lot.
I
Okay.
had them at seven last week.
Yeah. Okay.
Whenever, so I just I was going between them and a couple other teams where I felt like the way they ended up looking at the end of the game, I was like, all right, let me.
All right. Alex, any critiques on those picks, or do you want to hear mine first before we go?
Mm, I probably would have had Seattle one more up. I mean, probably would have put Seattle over the Patriots only because the way they lost. I mean, it was a 21-point lead.
Yeah,
Um, I know we criticized Philadelphia when they lost to Dallas when it was 21 lead.
yeah,
But other than that, the thing is though, different team, right? Because Philadelphia is Super Bowl contender, and the Patriots are really just a young team that's finding their way. But still, as far as a ranking, I think I would have probably put Seattle above.
yeah. I was going back and forth. It was just where I had New England. I think the previous week, I think I had them at two or one. When I look back at it, I have to look at it. But I was like, oh,
Two.
well, the way
Two.
the way Seattle looked, I was even though they won, I was more worried about them. I'm like
Yeah, I
Philip
get it.
Rivers, old man River, and you don't put him out of his misery like old Yeller. I was worried about that. Hopefully, they get back because it's 1-4 play this week in my ranking, so that's gonna be a big time thing.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So for my top 10 power rankings, I'll tell you right now, Alex, nobody fell off the list. Everyone stayed alive. Everyone hung in there. So at number 10, the Jacksonville Jaguars. At number 9, falling from 5 to 9, the Green Bay Packers.
Oh,
I think I felt that the Micah Parsons injury is really going to affect them. So I have no choice but to drop them as low as I did. At number 8, just moving up one spot, the Buffalo Bills. As impressive as it was to beat the Patriots at their home, I still need a little more convincing from the Bills to move up. It's been it's been a streaky
Yeah,
season for them. At number 7, moving up a spot, the Texans. Um, nice win over the Cardinals, 20 a blowout. I didn't expect a blowout, to be honest with you. Moving up one spot, number 6, the Chicago Bears. At number 5, one spot as well. The San Francisco 49ers, which I know probably people are not that high on right now, but they've been on a nice big win streak as of late. At
Brock
number,
Purdy looked great.
yeah, at number 4, falling off from the top spot is the New England Patriots. I do have them down to number 4 because it was a blown lead and it was at home as well. So number 3, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Um, they move up one spot. The Rams move up one spot at number 2, and the new number 1, the Denver Broncos. How you feel, Alex?
Uh, no, I like it. I was thinking that you were gonna put him the Bears at 5, but I was already gonna critique you if you were.
It was all like, get to this man.
But I like it too because the 49ers are a sneaky team that nobody is talking about, and I hate them because they're probably gonna be the reason why my team doesn't make the playoffs. To tell you the truth,
You're fine, brother.
they're sneaky. They're sneaky good. They really are. A lot of people are not talking about them. They are getting a lot of their players back, and I could see them jumping up in the power rankings next week also. So other than that, I mean, the Jags are playing good football. Trevor Lawrence is playing great. That front 7 for the Jaguars on defense is playing really good football. The Chargers, I'm not surprised they're not in the top 10 rankings, even though they're winning games. There is a lot of question marks on that team.
How they continue to win is
I,
wild, man.
it's crazy because they are going running back. Looks like running back committee and their running back. I know he just got back from injury.
Hampton.
Yeah, but he doesn't. It really doesn't look like he's found his stripes. So
he
I
looked better
understand.
against Philly than he did against KC.
Yeah, it's that team is a big question mark. The Jags are playing good. The Texans, I don't know, man. The
The
offense,
offense, yeah.
man, and I know people like it's gonna sound like I'm a hater, but I'm not. I just
Cody's gonna
know
come out of nowhere now.
I just know football too well to think like if that team's a Super Bowl contender because just alone of their defense, that could be true. But dude, it's extremely hard to fucking make the Super Bowl
Just
with
the defense.
with just the defense.
I'm like,
You're gonna need a running game. I'm telling you. And if the Houston Texans do not host a playoff game, they could be first round exits because you're gonna slow down on pass rush if you're playing outdoors.
So right now, if the playoffs ended today or started today, it'd be New England versus Houston, the
Yeah,
first
no.
round, and they're not Buffalo. They don't have a Josh Allen on their offense, right? Their defense is elite, but like the biggest thing, like I brought it up last week on the People's Debate, Joe. I said you don't got a run game, and your O line's ass. So
yeah.
like how long is that sustainable? Like realistically, like you're an indoor team. You play indoors. You're going all the
The
way to the northeast. You're
the
going to the freaking what Atlantic.
Yeah, the one thing if they do match up, I would be worried about this is the only thing I'm looking at it as a whole. It would be Drake May's first playoff game. It's a
Yeah.
lot of pressure. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're back, we're back, we're back," and that would be the only thing that I would be worried about. If Houston, they're playing with house money, you are playing with house money, but that defense is seeing red. Like that would be the only thing to me would be, if Will Campbell doesn't come back fully healthy whenever he does come back how he's going to come back. Because imagine if he doesn't come back till the playoffs, his first matchup is going to be against Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter. That would be the only thing for me in that playoff game that would be scary to me. I'm like, they can game wreck the game and make it ugly. So that's the only thing with Houston. It depends on matchups with me.
They run
With
12 man personnel. Put Austin Hooper on that side of the field, help him out a little
just
bit. Just run the ball with Travion and Ramondre. I think you'll
yeah,
benefit a lot from that and putting it all on Drake's hands.
yeah,
I know a lot of clapbackers people are saying like Houston's offense is getting better. really
It was
look.
against Arizona though.
The thing is, like, look, they're saying Houston is their Houston's defense is really good or whatnot. Chicago, because I said it like Chicago, that Houston team reminds you a lot of the old school Bears of the early 2000s. If you look back, those Chicago teams are actually better. Those Chicago defenses were actually better than Houston. I think one year Chicago had I think had teams under like 14 or 15 points, and they were first round exits. They didn't have no running game. They had Jay Cutler as a quarterback, and it's CJ Stroud or whatnot. But that defense was a lot better than what Houston has right now. I'm telling you, it's hard, dude. It really is. And the one thing is that Houston don't got a running game, and Chicago had Matt Forte back then, and I don't know. I think the only thing that Houston could really do is eliminate CJ on shotgun because that's it's like the his guards and tackles can they as soon as they go under shotgun, like, they forget how to block.
The biggest benefactor for Houston right now is that they have a really easy schedule the rest of the way. As far as they got Raiders, Chargers, and Colts. Chargers are gritty, so but I'd still favor Houston because of the defense. Um, and then when you look at the other side, you look at Jacksonville. They got a little bit harder this week. They're at Denver, so
And
that's good.
Nico's gonna
In
get
Denver.
PS2. Nico's gonna
Mhm.
get PS2 all game. And
Yeah,
Nico's a fucking like honestly I critiqued him a lot, and he's a fucking baller,
and
dude.
how much is the offense really going to open up with McLaughlin and Harvey? Like, this is one of the better run defenses in the league right now. So, I mean, we'll see what Jacksonville can do because this is going to be a really high defensive battle. If whatever the over under is, I probably go under, regardless for this matchup. But if Jacksonville loses that game, it sets up Houston nicely to win the division because they have the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
As Cody has reminded us every week. And then as far as like but Denver loses, they lose that kind of like cushion for the easy number one spot for the rest of
Yeah.
for the postseason. So we'll see like on that one. Anything else, Alex? Any other critiques on our top 10, top 5 list?
Nah, everything else looks pretty good, right? You can't really put, like I said, the Chargers in the top 10.
Yeah,
Let,
no.
let me ask y'all this: if Jacksonville does somehow win this game against Denver, and they end up winning the division, where do y'all put Liam Cohen in and Coach of the Year odds in?
That team is a little more established than like the other teams were, like Chicago and New England. You get what I mean? Like they came
But
from the
but you got
bottom
but you
up.
got to think about it. Ben Johnson was looked at like as the savior, like as the prize possession of like offensive coordinators the past couple of years. Liam Cohen was like getting held at gunpoint almost with Tampa. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm gonna stay, and then oh no, I'm gonna leave. So a
never
lot
even
of
told him he
people,
was leaving.
yeah. So a lot of people thought that this move like, oh, okay, it's okay. But if you're telling me that you're winning the division 11 and it will possibly be 11-4 at this point. If you're a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, you would probably think that you're delusional at this point of the season.
I mean, if William Cohen were to win, because I know he, Vrabel, and Johnson are the three favorites,
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, look
yeah,
what Jacksonville's done. Like, but at the same time, too, here's how I'd see it too between the three guys.
yeah.
All of them are all possible. All the teams right now are all possible division winners. If they fall out, let's say losing to
Mm.
Denver this week, then he's kind of out of the running
No,
because
yeah,
Ben Johnson, if he can lead the Chicago Bears to the NFC North title, or Mike Vrabel bring the Patriots the AFC East title, I think the division titles will be the difference maker there. And between the three of them, Vrabel's got the easier path, and I
yeah.
think Chicago would be the harder path. If I'm not mistaken, Alex, I think your schedule between the three of us would be harder at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got Packers, Niners, and who was your last matchup?
and then
Vikings.
the Lions.
Line. Oh, that's yeah. No,
Yeah,
so they have a harder path to get to the division title. We have the easiest, and yeah, if y'all don't get if y'all's teams, those teams don't get the division title, then it's Rabels. Because I don't,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't see him losing the
I
division
was just
title.
seeing where y'all put y'all says that because whenever I was looking at the standings and stuff, and then I really looked down at it and I'm like, wow, Jacksonville is probably the most quietest 10-4 team I've ever seen in years. It's crazy.
We got to remember also too how they started to the season. Like they won games that they probably weren't supposed to, and it was
Yeah.
just like they rose up quietly. Like even when they beat the Chiefs early in the year, it wasn't like, oh, super impressive and all that stuff. Like it was quiet, like wins, which is probably what they would really want.
No, because if you think about it, the way the Texans have been on a run these past couple weeks, you would think everybody would think right now, if you ask me, oh, who's leading the AFC South right now? Oh, the Houston Texans, and be like, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's just when I looked at it, I was like, wow, like Jacksonville at this late of this season is a division leader right now was mind boggling.
Yeah, 5-game win streak, bro. That technically that would do it for you. What's their record right now overall?
10-4.
10-4. You started 5-4, and now you're 10-4. Yeah, or yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so you weren't doing so hot the first half of the season. Now you've kicked it in and you're really good. So
Yeah.
we'll see, man. I mean, it just depends. Also, too, like they put 6 touchdowns on the Jets, and it's the Jets, respectfully. But we'll see. We'll see what goes on there. But all right, fellas, I say we close this episode out with Week 16 pick'ems.
Yeah. I'm like, there's like a lot of good games this week. I was just gonna throw it out there when I was writing down the games of the week. Tampa, Carolina for the division, possibly Jacksonville, Denver, New England, or Baltimore, Green Bay, Chicago, Rams at Seattle tomorrow night. Good slate of games so far.
Oh, before we do pick'ems, real quick, we can Joe, since we are part of this with the people's debate, we can do our locks and dogs. I think you're the only one that hasn't sent theirs
Oh,
in.
okay. So I'll do it live on camera then.
That's right. So
So
I will throw out every the other guys, the fellas, there's first. So locks and dogs, guys. We predict the winners for the favorites, and we gotta beat the spread. Dogs, same thing. You either have to beat the spread or they gotta beat straight up wins. So right now, as far as pick'ems, Milton went first. He got Minnesota -3 yesterday, and he got for his lock
Indy
and his dog is Indy at +3.
taking Old Man River.
Oh man, Rivers. Yeah, I mean, got him to win last week, right? That's how he got 2-0. Cody went ahead, got second. He took Denver -3 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I think he really hopes to win. And then he took Chicago at +1.5. Y'all are not the favorites going into Soldier Fields.
I'm
As of
surprised he didn't take
yesterday.
his boys. Are his boys not playing this week?
They are playing this week, but or they
Oh, I
they're
think it was
probably
like they're playing
favorites.
the Raiders. At 14 points. So I'm
Ooh,
like,
that's a hard one for him. Yeah, he didn't like the 9.5 last week. So and
yeah,
then
14.5. Yeah.
yeah, and then myself yesterday I took the Rams at -1.5 because I don't know if Sam's ready for that spotlight yet, and then I took New England +3 because wow.
What'd you say about Chicago? I heard they tuned in.
Cody picked Chicago as his lock to win the game at +1.5.
1.5.
Yeah,
That's really what it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're underdogs by 1.5 at home.
Oh wow.
It
Oh,
probably moved. It probably moved to a pick 'em.
it flipped. Now it's 1.5 Chicago side. So I mean, it's what he picked yesterday, so it's fine. But as of today, they're now -1.5. So Chicago's minus
Or
one
just
and a half.
flipped.
Yeah. So, well,
I wonder
we'll
why.
honor it. We'll honor it.
Dude,
Maybe because
they're not gonna have Roma Doomsday or Luther
Luther
Burden.
Burden.
Yeah. Why?
They got hurt.
Their foot.
Yeah, crazy. They both got It's like I think basically the same injury.
All right. So is DJ Moore in the tight ends.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Love them.
Go for your locks and dogs, brother.
Alrighty. So my lock of the week. Damn, it went up a point, but I'm still gonna take them. Taking the Cincinnati Bengals over the Miami Dolphins at 4.5.
Ooh, bold of you.
And then my dog, if that boy Jalen was here, a roof. And I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals at 3 points against the Atlanta Falcons.
Smart. You don't know what Atlanta you get that week.
And then, McBride, bro, it's just been crazy because even though it was a blowout game between they could not stop McBride at Houston. I think he had like 11, 12 catches, 140 plus yards, 2 touchdowns. I was like, wow, he tore up that defense. And I don't think anybody's really done that this season, receiving wise against them.
Not at all. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. One thing we should do talk about before we go into pick'ems. I'm sorry to change it up and adding this now.
No,
Joe Burrow basically contemplating retirement last week, almost in that press conference, and then puts out a stinker against the Baltimore Ravens this week. How concerned are we about Joe Burrow possibly walking away?
it's a property franchise, man. I would not be surprised if he ends up saying, you know what, man, I made a bunch of money already so far. I want to enjoy life. And who cares? I would not be surprised one bit because the Cleveland Browns have been poverty since they started. They're probably going to continue to be
Cincinnati
poverty.
Bengals.
Oh, that's where that's where he got it from. The
Oh,
owner, the creator, he was part of the Browns, or that's why he named it the way he did.
okay. Got you. Bye bye. Alex, what are your thoughts, bro, about that?
I don't think he's gonna retire because the thing is like he's a competitor. Um, I think a lot of like he said before. I think a lot of people in the organization just tell him to sit out for this remaining of the season because he said they're out of contention right now, and there's no need for him to play right now and get hurt. Uh, with already being kind of like already out of on the shelf this year and re-injuring it. Um, I said it a couple years ago that that window's closed for Cincinnati, and it really is close for them because it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. That team is um, really has to rebuild. The defense has been playing decent enough, but they still got a lot of holes. Their offensive line's terrible. And I said it from the jump. Joe Burrow was out there talking about like please pay his guys, right, his
Pay the
wide
wrong
receivers,
guys.
and yeah, like man, I get it. You don't want to be that guy that's like not sticking up for your team, but still like you gotta be smart, man. Knowing read the room and see what your team has. Your team needs offensive line, and you need some guys on defense.
But
Uh,
isn't that just on management? It doesn't have to do because he also said pay Trey Hendrickson too, and these cheap bastards didn't do any of that, and they
And
had
he
the
got
cap
hurt.
space.
But then he got hurt, so I'm glad that they didn't pay them then in a sense.
I mean, it
yeah,
makes sense, but like,
it's just like I mean I've been real critical about him over the years, and it's starting to suck. It sucks the way that team is handling like as far as business and like they're not really protecting them, and um, I feel like they're trying to they're tr- they're trying to give him like the weapons and all, and man, it just football's not 7-on-7. You know what I mean? You need the big
and we
boys up
and
in the
we
front.
understand that, Alex. But at the same time, too, if a team like Philly can pay their offense, their O line, their defense, why the fuck can't Cincy? They got the same damn cap space. Like these guys still have 36 million in the cap space this year. Next year they have 109 million. They have the fourth most
Just
open next year. These cheap bastards don't want to pay nobody. And
That's
it's not
crazy.
really just because Joe's like saying pay Jamar, pay T. He's not wrong for doing it because you still have money to pay everyone else. You're
yeah.
just choosing not to. That's why you have 109 million available next year. Like that doesn't make no damn sense. Like you have the money. Now you could argue, well, they did try to go get Orlando Brown. He was a Chiefs left tackle. Yeah, he sucked ever since he came in. You don't have good coaching. That's another aspect too. The coaching is bad. Like when are we gonna finally realize, yo, Zach Taylor ain't it? His coaching staff ain't it. Look at Lou Anarumo. He fucking went to
balling.
Indy, balled out, almost had him as a playoff team before the damn quarterback tore. I mean, broke his leg, then tore his ACL. I mean, his Achilles.
Achilles.
So, like, when are we gonna realize Zach Taylor is not the guy? These cheap ass owners don't want to do shit. It's like, damn. Like, no wonder Joe is so distraught. Like, he's almost at the Andrew Luck phase of his career. It's like, I'm used to competing for big times. I went to a national championship. I went to the Super Bowl in my second year. I went to the AFC Championship again in my third year, and it's been injury after injury after bad defense after injury. That's his career. It's either his highest of highs or lowest of lows. That is literally Joe Burrow's, last 7 years.
I said it before too. It'd be interesting because it was gonna be interesting when you see Joe Burrow in a team that's not like when he came into the league. That team was that had Jamar Chase and all, and like that team looked really good. And you
No,
and
they got Jamar
people,
Chase the year after. They got Jamar Chase
well,
the
yeah,
year
well,
after.
Yeah.
he like the year after he came in, like when he started playing, because the first year he got hurt.
Yeah.
But I said, but I said like you people only seen Joe Burrow in those teams that they were really good, like LSU. He was really good. But I followed him when before he got to LSU. I knew
Ohio
I knew
State.
him I knew whenever he was in Ohio State and he couldn't beat out the quarterbacks there. And I would always and I think they had one of their spring games there. And he was struggling in their spring game. And whenever he went to LSU, it kind of surprised me. I was like, man, but like he's playing with all these talents, all the talented teams,
But
and like he was never put in I say like a tough spot, and I wanted to see how he would play from there. And now he's in a tough spot, and it's kind of hard to judge him still
yeah,
because it's technically not his fault, but still like damn, it sucks, dude. It really does because you're
yeah.
you're you're wasting those years. And there was just a quarterback that was in a Super Bowl a couple years ago, and I picked him to win MVP this year.
It's crazy. Like when we were talking about him at LSU, that first year he's at LSU, he wasn't that good either. Then Joe Brady came in and changed his whole career around. Because I remember at that time, I remember seeing him that year when he transferred over to LSU. He wasn't the Joe Burrow we all saw. Then the following year, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, the first game of the season they played Texas, or one of the first games, and he destroyed Texas, man. And I was like, where did this guy come from? Because the year before that, he did not look like this. And now, I remember when we were talking about leading up to the draft, whenever he was on the team, he got hurt and they had another high draft pick. And I remember it came down between Penny Sewell and Jamar Chase. And me and Milton were on live. And I remember, in my opinion, I was like, always take the offensive lineman over the wide receiver. If the quarterback is as good as we think he is, he's gonna make wide receivers. The thing with me now, imagine if Penny Sewell was on this offensive line protecting a Joe Burrow.
Me and Alex said that for fucking years. It should have been like
Yeah.
we love Jamar Chase. Don't get me wrong, but it
Yeah,
should have
like
been
he
it should have been Panay Sewell. We said it from the jump. Like it should not have been
and
Jamar.
that's why, like the years before, like I know we're not talking about another player, Joe Alt. I was like, take Joe Alt, please, for Herbert. And even though he got hurt this past year, but look the previous year how Herbert looked. He
Yeah,
didn't have the wide receiving core that he's had in the past. But how did it all change within a year that he had? I'm like, you just need to draft some competent linemen. Like some of these teams that have good quarterbacks are wasting their quarterbacks because they think, oh well, my quarterback's so good, well, he can erase a lot of these problems. Like, yes, he can, but you have to keep him upright. Like CJ Stroud in Houston, you're not giving him the adequate offensive line. Look how he's. Luckily, that defense is doing what it's supposed to now. I'm like Joe Burrow. They're not giving him offensive line. There's other teams around the league where they have good quarterbacks. If they just get them better offensive line help, it's gonna change their whole projection on their franchise for the future. And that's what, like with Joe Burrow, I'm like Cincinnati. I'm like, you pay T, you pay Jamar, and unfortunately, you're gonna have to try to hit on these offensive linemen. I know they drafted one out of Georgia. I don't know if it was past year or the year before that. Mims, if I'm not mistaken, like they need to continue drafting offensive linemen, offensive linemen, offensive linemen.
Well, not only that, you gotta see what's available in free agency. You gotta try to take care of. You got all this cap space. Take
Yeah.
care of the defense too. Don't just worry about just like if we're gonna work on anything, pay defensive players to come in, draft offensive linemen. Right now they're slated for the ninth overall pick.
Yeah.
So
Get the lineman out of Miami.
so get something going. Protect your guy. Like Mims is your right tackle. Karras is the center, but Karras is a backup in New England. Orlando Brown Jr. proven that he needs to get the fuck out of here. And then the guards, it's just we gotta move on. Like protect your guy. It's more fun when you can protect. Because here's the thing too, and this is what I think Joe Burrow came out and said this. You put up so many points, you're about to win, and then you end up giving Buffalo all the
Oh
points
yeah.
back, and they fuck. So you put up 35 just to lose it by 39. It's like that. It's not fun. It's not fun to lose, especially for the effort he came back to try to come back to like make a postseason happen. So, but it is what it is, man. I mean, sucks for Joe, but he needs to also stay healthy, and best way to keep him healthy is by protecting him. And yeah, that Cincinnati team does not deserve him or Jamar Chase or T Higgins. They don't deserve happiness. We need new ownership. Alex, go buy the team.
By the team.
Go buy the team, Alex. Go buy that team. That's probably the cheapest team you could buy in the league right now.
I'll pass on
Sounds
that.
But they're cheap. You can just and you can build a whole defense in Ohio. You don't want to live in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Nobody
no.
wants to live in Ohio.
You don't want to be like OHIO. All right, fellas. Well, let's go ahead and do week 16 pickups to close out the show. Let's go with tomorrow night, Rams at Seahawks. Alex, you can go first.
I'm gonna go with the Rams, man. I think Sam Darnold's still gonna see the big spotlight, and it's it's gonna be the same Sam Darnold whenever he does end up being in that same spotlight. The Rams are just. I understand they don't have Devontae, but I like what they're doing with the running backs, and they get that running game going. The defense is pretty good in Seattle, but I just feel like it's gonna come down to coaching, and I give the Rams the upper hand, obviously because of the coaching.
Nice. Joe?
I'm gonna go with the Rams as well, man. The way this past week, Kobe Parkinson, or I think that's his first name,
Yep.
Parkinson. The way he's been playing this past week, and then with Devontae going down, uh, Matt Stafford was looking for him later in the game, and he was producing. Man, that even though that one touchdown wasn't a touchdown, even though they still gave it to him, he was balling this past week.
Yep. I will go with the Rams as well. More confident in them right now. The odds have changed for them. Seattle's now 1.5 favorites, so we'll see how that game goes. All right, fellas, going into Saturday now. Eagles at Commanders. Go ahead, Alex.
Um, yeah, the Eagles should win this game, and it looks like it's gonna be the Eagles for the second year in a row to win that division. It hasn't been done in a long time. They shouldn't struggle with Washington, to tell you the truth. So I give it to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Joe?
I'll go with the little birdies,
Yeah, I will agree with you, make it unanimous as well. They are 6.5 favorites. I will go with the
and then
Philadelphia
I
Eagles.
just looked up the evaluations of all the teams right now. Y'all tell me who do you think is the lowest evaluated team? And it's not Cincinnati.
What do you mean by evaluate?
Like evaluation, like they evaluate all the teams. Like of course the Cowboys are
Is
evaluated
it
at to a
cheapest?
point. Yeah, the cheapest.
Uh,
Oh,
All the teams are in the billions.
oh,
um,
to buy? Like if you were trying to buy a
Well,
team?
like yeah, because they evaluate them and then like, all right, well, if you want to buy us, this is the evaluation. This is what we're gonna look at.
Panthers just got bought, so it's on the Panthers.
yeah, Arizona is actually, I think, in the middle because Arizona actually has a good facility. Uh, I want to say it has to be a Southern team.
No,
I heard Houston is pretty cheap.
could be Houston.
You're actually
Uh,
right about the team you're just talking about. They're not in the middle of the pack.
Arizona.
Arizona at 5.9
Yeah,
billion.
Really?
they're the lowest.
Yeah, 5.9. And crazy enough, right? Barely an uptick above them is Buffalo at 6.
You know what's crazy too? I heard it's cheap to live in Arizona.
Nobody
Yeah, it's
wants to live in
all
that fucking
a
heat, brother.
bunch of old people. Well,
Yeah.
but Cincinnati is third lowest at 6.05.
Yeah, yeah, it's Cincinnati.
Oh,
All right, going into Saturday night football. Green Bay
Football.
Packers at Chicago Bears. Hey, Alex, what you got?
man. I'm telling you, man, Green Bay is not better than Chicago. So I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. I hope Caleb Williams destroys these fuckers. I fucking hate Green Bay. For real, Green Bay is
It's
probably
gonna be like that. It'll be like it's gonna be
the
seen.
the worst fucking city you could ever live in. Nobody wants to live in fucking Wisconsin.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Is that your pick? Is that your pick, Joe? Is that who you're picking?
I'm going with the Josh Jacobs led Green Bay Packers. I feel like they're going to lean on him, control the ground game, and no Roma Dunze, no Luther Burden. That's going to be big time, man. His two big time weapons. I'm like, Loveland's going to have to play a big game if they want to win this game.
Damn. I said a few weeks ago, Alex, when I picked Green Bay, I said for that week, I said that the season will be split between the two teams. So now, give me Chicago to win this 16th matchup.
Chicago.
Micah Parsons not being there and no Kenny Clark. It's going to make it a little easier for the Chicago offense not have to run away so much from that defense. So we'll see how it goes. So I picked the Bears, and they're -1.5 favorites right now. All right. To open up Sunday, we do got Buffalo Bills at Cleveland Browns. Alex?
Yeah, it should be a layup. Give me Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland.
I was
Give
like,
me Buffalo.
bro.
Give me Buffalo. I meant to say that. I meant to say Miles Garrett will break the record on Josh Allen.
Oh, that would be big.
Yeah.
2 sacks on Allen. Whew.
But
Is,
Hey, yo, he had me, bro. He had me in the first half, Joe. I
is,
thought we were about to Patriots are about to get away with one. Whew.
is Michael Strahan gonna yell at Josh Allen like the other guy who broke the record previously? Like he fell down to him.
Or Marco.
Yeah, when he went to Brett Favre, like you lay down.
You lay down for him. It's like, oh well, maybe he did. All right, Joe, what do you got?
Buffalo Bills by a mile.
It's in Cleveland. Buffalo Bills are running hot right now, 3-game win streak. They're -10.5 favorites. Give me the Bills to win. I don't think they cover that 10.5 though.
I don't think they covered big time spreads like that this season. I think with New Orleans they didn't. Those other ones that they were like big time favorites and they didn't cover in them.
No, they haven't. All right. Then we got Chargers at Cowboys. Alex, your Cowboys. What's up?
Cowboys.
I'm gonna pick the Chargers, man. I do think the Cowboys defense up the middle is getting better as far as their DTs, but you're gonna see the stretch game a little bit more. The pitch plays that Harbor did in Michigan. So they give me them, even though that fucking line sucks. But two sucky one sucky offense versus a terrible defense. Give me the offense though, because they got Herbert and the broken hand.
A broken
Joe?
freaking hand. Give me the Chargers, man. I'm like Lad McConkey is gonna destroy the secondary this week. He's finally gonna resurrect from the dead that he's been the past couple of weeks. Lad McConkey, I'm thinking about 8 catches, about 100 yards and a touchdown.
Maybe. Low end wide receiver 1 of the year, like I said, and I feel really good about that prediction earlier this year. So thank you, lad, for proving me right. I'm gonna be nice. Y'all still gonna get eliminated this week. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys to win this matchup. maybe Pittsburgh Pickens finally goes away, and we finally get the Pickens that wants to get 30 million a year. So I'll pick
My
the
son,
Cowboys.
my son likes the Chargers.
Good job. Way to
Yeah,
make him a
What
Chargers
you
fan over a Bears fan.
what did you do? What happened?
the Nickelodeon thing came on.
Oh,
No, the
SpongeBob.
Disney.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Oh, the
Disney, the
Disney.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Monster
So
Inc.
so this past week, he typically doesn't really like watch the games with me, but like he'll like look see what game I'm watching, and then he'll say like, "Oh, is that beat the Eagles?" Because like whenever he played, we would always say like the team that we're playing. Like we played the Colts one week, and we're like, "Oh, okay, beat the Colts on 3 or whatever."
So
So
they beat the.
so 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 when he sees a team and I tell him what team that is, he's like, "Oh, that's beat the Raiders." I'm like, "No, they're just called the
Beat the,
Raiders." And so
beat
like
the Raiders.
so
That-
he likes the Chargers though, and because I think the jersey was, I think they were wearing blue this past week, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, Dad, that's beat the Chargers," and he was looking for Sully.
Oh
I was
my
like, "He
God.
doesn't play for the team." But
It
yeah,
was a 1 week performance, brother.
yeah, he likes
What a
them.
performance that game was by Sully.
Yeah.
What a performance.
That's funny. Does it bother you that he's gonna be a Pleasanton Eagle for life? Basically a Philadelphia Eagle for life.
He doesn't even like the Eagles, to tell you the truth. He likes you know what, he scared me for a little bit because he liked the cheese, because he saw a fan wearing the cheese head. He's like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "That's stupid, Addison. That's what you call idiots."
He's gonna come home one day with the Aaron Rodgers jersey. You're gonna be like,
Oh,
"What have I done?"
Would it disappoint you if he was not a Chicago Bear fan growing up?
No, because he does live here, and he's starting to talk about the Spurs and the Cowboys a lot more.
That's my nephew. Oh, well, you got it
Because,
half right. No,
because they talk about that stuff in his PE class. I'm actually surprised because he's only 5 years old and he knows all this shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you know all this?
well, Dan's barely getting to like, Dad, are we watching football today? Are we watching basketball today? What are we watching today? Like, Mijo,
Yeah,
the Spurs aren't playing and there's no football today. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he started to like basketball and stuff, and the only team he really knows right now is the Spurs.
Hell yeah, as it should be.
No, I mean, I don't really care. I mean,
He can't be a Knicks fan and watching Josh Hart put thumbs up people's butts.
Bro. Jalen
That's
Brunson
Milton's team. Remember that. That's Milton's team.
Dude,
Thanks,
Jalen
man.
Brunson turned around so fast and wanted to stick.
It's like, yo, Jalen got mad.
And then he was like, "That's AI." I was like, "Bro, on live TV."
Stupid. All right, fellas. Chiefs at Titans. No more Patrick Mahomes for the year. Gardner Minshew is up. What do we got, Alex?
Oh man, both these teams suck. Give me the Chiefs. I mean, I don't think Andy Reid's gonna coach less. You know what I mean? Like, I still think he's still a genius when it comes to designing stuff. Yeah, give me the Chiefs.
Joe?
Give me the interim head coach, Mike McCoy, former Chargers head coach, to get the dub over the Chiefs. Tony Pollard's going to go wild this game.
Wow.
Damn.
That's gonna be hilarious if they do beat them. I'm gonna be on the chat. You know what I'm gonna say?
Oh, man. This would be the first home win for the Titans all year long if they finally pulled this one off. Yeah, bro. I think there's no Patrick Mahomes. I know that they have Travis Kelce. That doesn't mean anything. They have Gardner Minshew right now. Like, give me the Titans. Ugh, it's ugly to say. Give me the Titans. Ugh, I don't feel good saying it. All right, Bengals at Dolphins.
Yeah, I got the Bengals. Oh, you know what? My boy Quentin Ewers is playing. Give me Quentin Ewers.
I don't know why. I feel like this game's going to be a shootout and Quinn's going to like look okay, and then he's going to end up looking like a rookie at the end of the game, and Cincinnati wins this game.
All right, I'll pick Cincinnati as well. Joe, come on, man. You gotta believe in yourself. Believe. All right, probably the worst game of the week. Jets at Saints.
Cheapest game of the week. Heads up. $14.
One of the cheapest. There's two, not just one. Go ahead, Alex. Pick your pick.
I got the Saints, man.
The
Saints
Saints
actually been kind of
Oh, so
competitive
yeah.
past
win,
couple weeks.
win streak 3 in a row. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, shucks.
The
Is that your pick?
Yeah, I'm going with the Aints.
Eats.
Uh, yeah. Give me the Ints. I'll go ahead and pick them too. Make it unanimous. Um, makes the Jets draft pick a little better, I guess. All right, Vikings at Giants.
Give me the Vikings.
Give me Jackson Dart led Giants.
See, I picked them to beat Washington last week. They were at home and they lost. Give me JJ McCarthy to finally throw a passing touchdown to Justin Jefferson. I guess I'll take that. Hopefully. All right. Hey, this is probably the best game for 12 o'clock. Tampa Bay at Carolina.
It's probably for the division.
Give me Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. They play good whenever they're playing against good teams.
So that's why they lost last week to the Saints. That makes sense. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm like, when they're underdogs, if I'm not mistaken, they have
play
a
good.
winning record. They're underdogs this week. Rico Dotto for about 120 with the Panthers winning.
I still believe Baker. I still believe. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You're gonna die on that. You're gonna die on that hill.
Die
aren't
on the hill. You can't just jump off it, bro. You gotta die on it. All right. So come on, Tampa. Give it to me. All right, fellas. Going into the 3 o'clock games. Jacksonville at Denver. Big matchup, Alex.
I got Denver.
you? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Denver. They continue to win these close games, and they're at home.
Yeah, undefeated at home is Denver. I picked them against them last week. Probably shouldn't have, but I'm gonna pick them this week. Denver goes 8-0 at home. All right, fellas. The other cheapest game of the week: Falcons at Cardinals.
Give me the father of the McBrides, the Arizona Cardinals, and get this W.
Alex?
Yeah, you probably will never see a Kyle Pitts performance like that ever again.
Bro,
So stupid.
But you are playing Arizona, so let's. I say you see it 2 times in a row. Give me Atlanta.
You just said they're never gonna see it. We're gonna see it.
Yeah, but you are playing Arizona.
Yeah. Arizona's probably wanting to tank. They are 3-11 right now, so I will take Atlanta, who I thought would be a lot better this year.
do y'all think Jacoby Brissett is their starting quarterback next season in Arizona?
No.
No. They'll find someone else. If it's not Kyler, they'll find someone else. They'll probably draft someone else.
Yeah, but I'm like, even though they've been losing, I'm like, Jacoby's been slinging it.
Is that Diego Pavia guy gonna come out the draft this year or not?
Yeah, but who wants him? He was talking like he was hanging out with that other guy, Sketch, and like he was like Sketch was telling him like, man, Max Crosby. He was like, oh, I want to go play with the Raiders because me and Max Crosby. I'm like, Max Crosby don't want to hang out with you.
Why does Diego Pavia remind me of Aaron Hernandez?
A little bit, yeah.
Wow.
Just by looking at a picture of him.
A little bit, yeah. No, when you look at it, yeah.
Oh no, you know what? He looks like the guy who played Aaron Hernandez in that TV show.
Yeah.
Like he's not even the actual guy.
Yeah, he looks like the guy who played the guy trying to be the guy.
I'm the dude portraying the dude trying to be the dude.
Yeah,
he's Shador Sanders, but in the Mexican version.
He's got a famous dad.
No, you don't know his dad.
He's arrogant though, just like Shador.
Theo's his dad.
But you know what's crazy though? Just because Shador is who he is, you see him more on ESPN.
I should watch college football more. All right. So then going on to the 3:30 games, Steelers at Lions. Both need a win. Alex?
Man, a fucking time where I need fucking Aaron Rodgers. He better fucking turn the clock back. The Steelers better fucking win. Give me the Steelers. Jalen Ramsey at that safety position is kind of weird, but he is playing decent enough to make a difference. just that the Steelers, whenever they play a good team, they just don't play well. But hopefully, Aaron Rodgers could crank it back a little bit, and I mean, he's played the Lions before, so fuck, man, I need him to fucking play good.
He's just trying to get Detroit eliminated so he can get the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's really
He's
it.
all like, my Chicago Bear love is turning into hate for the Lions.
yeah.
I mean, it's got to be right. He needs to. Alex got to be stingy for his team. That makes sense. I don't blame him. Joe, who's your pick?
So I'm going with the Lions. I don't know if TJ is gonna play. I'm like, he coming off that weird injury, whatever happened with him with his lung, I think. Uh,
Collapse,
you
man.
know, Jameer Gibbs been going wild. I think he continues that on the Steelers this upcoming week.
They said TJ probably won't be back until the playoffs if they make it. So, yeah, collapse lung fucking gonna be a minute, bro. So yeah, give me Detroit Lions to win that one. If I'm not mistaken, the Steelers haven't really done well against plus
Yeah.
500 teams
Yeah,
for the most part this season. So the spread is also -7 Detroit. And then now that doesn't mean Steelers can't play spoiler. They obviously played spoiler against Miami last week, and a lot of us thought they were gonna win. So, but yeah, give me the Lions. Raiders at Texans. Unanimous Houston Texans. We don't gotta talk about it. Okay.
Bulls on parade.
All right. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Sunday Night Football, Patriots at Ravens. Uh, Alex, I'll let you go first, brother.
yeah. Give me the Patriots. I think the Ravens had a chance to make a statement, and I don't think Lamar's still playing pretty bad. Like that team, I don't understand that team. You got Derrick Henry. You give him fucking 12 touches the game, and like I don't know. It's so fucking weird. The Patriots are more of a well-rounded team compared to the Ravens, and it looks like the Patriots are bought into what their coach is saying, and the Ravens are not really there yet.
All right, Joe.
I am going with the Travion Henderson led New England Patriots. He's going to continue his hot streak. I think he's going to get 2 tutties.
2 tutties. All right. I obviously will agree with you, gentlemen. I will pick the New England Patriots to win out this one and put themselves at a 12-3 position. Really good spot to possibly win division. First place, I'm not really looking at no more. Division will be just enough, but yeah, I don't know what we're getting from the Ravens. Lamar threw 12 times against the Bengals. He got sacked 4 times. And he only completed 8 passes for like $150. That is not Lamar. That is not the Lamar we know. Thankfully, Joe played that badly that he didn't really have to do much, but that's not the Lamar Jackson we know. It's been, 5-6 weeks straight now? Give me the Patriots. Don't know if we get Milton Williams back just yet. I know Spillane will probably still be out, but yeah, I got the Patriots winning it.
I'm like, give me Iguodala.
Give me.
You know?
Hey, Kellerman looking good out there with Rich Paul right now on those podcasts. All right. And then Monday Night Football, we got the Niners at Colts. And Milton's probably going to be a little pissed because his +3 pick now is a +6 pick. Pick too early, Milton. You picked one day too early. Alex, what do you got?
Philip Rivers, we need you, man.
You need everybody this week.
Yeah, what the? I told you guys. Yeah, I do that shit. I watch other games to make sure my team's in good position. Give me the Colts. I need the Colts to fucking win.
Damn, he is score watching right now, fellas.
Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure. I do that. I don't care.
Joe?
So, old man River, old man Yeller, he's going to have to get put out to pasture by CMC and Co. Give me the 49ers by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if it's going to be that much because I didn't expect it to be that close against Seattle, and they kept it close in Seattle.
I think
So-
Shanahan's going to be like, you know what, let's put the fucking pedal to the metal, foot on the gas, put it out early, because the longer you let these teams stay in, it's going to continue just to be a game how it was. I think CMC and the way Brock Purdy looked last week, granted, it was against Tennessee, but he looked
You know
really
what?
good.
You know what? Fuck it, Alex. I'm with you. Let's go with the Colts. The Colts got this one. JT about to put 3 touchdowns on their ass. I'm picking the Colts on this one. Because you know what? Everyone been talking shit about how easy the schedule's been for the Patriots. Fuck that. The Niners came into the season with the easiest schedule. Give me the Colts. Give me Phillip Rivers putting 2 touchdowns. JT putting 3. I don't care in what order it is, passing, whatever. Give me the Colts for the upset. You know what?
Give me
Fuck it.
Iguodala.
Fuck it.
Fucking right.
But all right, fellas, that's all I got for tonight. Anything from y'all before we close out?
No, I'm good, man. I'm ready for tomorrow to see how it is. Hopefully, Seattle loses. I don't.
How big? Who do you think this game means more to? Do you think it means more to Seattle, or do you think this game means more to the
Both.
Rams?
I think it's equal. They both won the division.
I know they both won the division, but like, do you think it's more? Who more
I guess
needs this to
it
win?
would be Sam needs to win more. So Seattle.
Yeah.
I feel like Seattle does because there could be isn't there a scenario where Seattle even drops out of the playoffs?
If they lose out, sure, and Detroit wins out, I guess that would be the only scenario. Well, let me see. Did they play each other already?
Seattle plays.
They haven't played. They don't yet. Seattle and Lions haven't played, so they'd have to lose out, I guess, and Lions win out. That would be the only way Seattle falls
but
out.
the 49ers, don't they play Seattle one more time?
Yeah. No. They already played twice, I think. No. They do. Week 18. You're right.
So yeah, I think there's a scenario where the 49ers get in and Detroit gets in, and Seattle actually.
But Seattle would have to lose out because they're already at 11-3. They would have to lose out for that to happen. So they'd have to go.
So,
they have to be 11-6, and then
so
Detroit would
they
have to
lose
win
this
out.
week. Who do they got after?
Next week they got the Panthers, so that won't be easy.
Exactly. So, and then after that they got the 49ers.
Yeah. So, I mean,
It's really hard, but I mean, it could happen.
all of it's hard. I mean, Lions have to win out too. I mean, maybe they can. Steelers, Vikings, and Bears.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I know Alex is like just NFC North. Keep me in NFC North. So hey, you like that? Everyone was talking about Chicago loses against Green Bay, they're gonna fall to 7th. Well, now Green Bay lost, and now Chicago's back at 2nd. So
That was crazy. That one game that they were first, and then from one loss, you go from 1st to 7th.
that's how competitive the NFC is gonna be, bro. Imagine if Detroit's like a 10-7 team, and they don't make the playoffs because of the NFC South. They're gonna be so fucking mad.
I'm like, the NFC South might end up having a division winner. Will
With 8 wins, 9 wins.
Well, no, it'll more than likely be 9 because it could be 8. I'm like, I don't know how that's worked because I think Tampa and Carolina play each other twice in the span, right?
They do. They could each win one time against each other, and then whatever that week 17 matchup is could be they both losses for both of them. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be competitive last few weeks of the season, but we'll see how it goes, guys. We don't know what we're gonna do next week as far as the Puro Pinche pod and the People's Bay pod. We'll try to put something out there if we can. But if
we don't, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone out there. Stay safe, don't go crazy. And if you don't get a gift this year, good.
Hey,
you don't need one.
Look out for your mail carriers out there. Just a heads up.
Yes, take care of us. Give us a beer. One of my fellow mail carriers got a beer last week, so take care of us. No, I'm not kidding. He got a 6-pack. He got it all wrapped up and todo. So I'm like, hey,
I've gotten bottles on the route before. So
take care of me, brother. I mean, come on, just put a nice wrap in. All right, cool. So
yeah, once you come get your own route, Jose, you'll love Christmas time. Cookies, cakes, gift cards, all kinds of stuff.
Stabbing, syringes, guns, all good stuff.
Luckily, they love me enough to look out for me.
The angriest cat in the world. We'll see how it goes. I've delivered that.
Chickens.
What was it? Arsenal. I've delivered for Arsenal. That's fine. I've gotten almost through the worst shit. But all right, guys, stay safe out there. Have a good time. John Cena retired. Me and Joe are gonna go back to crying. For the Professor Alex de la Cruz, the sports mailman Joe Castillas, I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports. We are out.
Are we on the air?
Not anymore.
Later, fellas.